We're going to give everybody just like maybe another minute to kind of file in, and then we're going to start. And I guess I can just kind of start with my name is Jill Trotta, and I joined OneGuard about a year ago. And just one of the things that I really wanted to talk about is the team and the background of the people at OneGuard. We actually have a team of people who've actually turned wrenches, and I feel like that's a real distinct factor of OneGuard and what makes us be able to deliver the quality of inspections that we do. So with that, I'm going to start. Um, Welcome to the Repairify Industry Pulse. We're going to talk about our priority inspection today. When I joined OneGuard, one of the things that I was really excited about is how forward-thinking that OneGuard was. And this product, it has the ability to really transform how we do inspections today. We have fraud protection, we have all the things built in, and we're going to go with that, present that to you today. And with that, let's get started. Looks like we got a good critical mass. So I'm going to go over the agenda. We're going to do some introductions of my insanely awesome team. We're going to talk about what a priority inspection is, how does it work? And we're going to do a live demo, or not a live demo, but we're going to do a demo of a priority inspection. Then we're going to go over some questions that we're asked every day. And then we're going to give you guys the opportunity to put your questions in and answer them live for you. So with that, let's go to our introductions. So my name is Jill Trotta. I've been in the automotive industry for over 30 years. I started out as a technician turning wrenches, ASE-certified master. I worked in independent shops. I've worked at fixed ops at dealerships. I've worked both on the parts side and the service side. And about 12 years ago, I jumped into the automotive technology side of the business. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Matt Day, and I'll let my team introduce themselves.
Hi, Matt Day, Director of Operations for OneGuard. I've been with the company for 8 years, and my whole background is in the automotive industry as well. Started off early on tires and batteries, went to general service up through heavy line technician for a number of years, as well as writing service, doing service managing before finding myself here at OneGuard. So
Hey, my name is Serena Johns. I am the Priority Inspection Manager. I have been with OneGuard 4 years now and have over a decade of hands-on experience as a mechanic. I came from working on passenger vehicles as well as diesels and heavy equipment, and then I joined the OneGuard team. Go ahead, Diana.
Hi, everybody. I'm Diana Hodgson. I have been with OneGuard Inspections for about 3 years now. Previously, I worked with Stone Eagle in the reporting space for about 9 years, and we're just super glad to have you guys on this webinar.
All right. So let's dive right in.
So the goal of the priority inspection is to create an overall faster and more efficient claims adjudication process from start to finish for all parties. The idea came during the COVID era when we couldn't physically be in the shops anymore, but we still had to find a way to conduct business. It's an inspection offering conducted in a virtual online setting facilitated by an in-house OneGuard inspector that is trained and certified. The inspections are scheduled by the repair facility via a scheduling link that is sent out as soon as we receive the inspection request and the contact info is verified. Nothing to download, it's just links. So we send a link over, they click it, our scheduler opens up. That's guided within the SLA windows that we have set up for it. And then it's also, as soon as the inspection is scheduled and ready, we send a reminder text 15 minutes prior to the inspection that was scheduled to remind them they have it. And then it's just another link that they click to join the inspection. The added benefits to this offering are, again, that we utilize an in-house OneGuard inspector. There's also no waiting to assign and schedule, so it doesn't flow through the dispatch team. And then the repair facility, again, within that SLA window time, they're able to schedule that inspection. The finalized report has everything that you're used to seeing from a OneGuard inspections report. You have the photos, the write-up from the inspector, but also the video of the full inspection that will show later in this webinar is also embedded in the report. You can click the link, watch it, download it, share it. It's your video. So no need to flow through the QA process as well, because again, these are internal OneGuard employees that are trained and certified. So why would you choose a priority inspection? Along with being an overall faster and more efficient claims adjudication process, the inspections themselves take less time and are conducted in a more timely manner. Again, as you heard from the intros, we've all been on the other side of this, so this offering was designed with the repair facility and technicians' time in mind, utilizing full-time internal employees. The full inspection video is attached to every finalized report again. And if we do incur any missed information, as you know, can happen sometimes with inspections, there's no need for a physical inspector who is already there and is down the road to have to reschedule and go back, get missed information or missed photos. We can simply resolve it immediately by reaching back out to the contact, sharing the link, reopening the inspection, and getting what was missed. Uh, the reports are identical again to the standard physical inspection report you're used to seeing, and it's a continuous video format that helps provide a layer of fraud protection. And so to expand on the fraud protection side, that continuous video starts with the VIN and odometer to identify the vehicle that was in the request to make sure we're looking at the right vehicle. And then our inspectors instruct the facility contact to keep that vehicle in frame for the duration of the video. So once we see the VIN and we see the vehicle, we kind of instruct them to keep it on that while we move around, look at other areas, and get to the failures that were there to verify. And again, that facility contact is guided by our inspector. The inspector guides the full inspection in real time, and if any suspicious behavior is recognized, it'll be in the written final report from our inspector. And then now we'll throw it over to Serena so she can explain the whole process and how it works.
All right, so how does a priority inspection work? So at the time we get the priority inspection, both the text message and email are sent to the repair facility contact. And the contact is usually the technician or the service advisor assigned to the vehicle. If it's an arbitration, then it would be the buyer. They select an inspection time very similar to an online doctor's appointment visit. Our system allows scheduling up to 48 hours in advance, so either for today or tomorrow. If they get the link and want to schedule from an hour from now, they absolutely could. But it gives them the flexibility to choose what time works best for them. If the shop is full and they don't want to schedule today, they don't have to. At the scheduled time, we send them another web link through a text message that allows us to see the vehicle and communicate with the repair facility in real time. The same link will also go in email form, just in case they don't want to use their cell phone. They can use a web device that, like a tablet from the dealership, so they don't have to technically use their own personal cell phone. Because the inspection is conducted through a web browser, there's never anything to sign up for. We don't have any apps to download. And then from here, we are going to jump into a demo next, and this is going to show the inspection from all points of view, the repair facility contact, the inspector, as well as the video you would get from the inspection. And as we do this, we take screenshots, the inspectors do. And it's always the VIN and odometer, and then we'll do a walk around 360 on every inspection. And we always do this, point out modifications or aftermarket wheels, anything like that. We look for ride shares, door dashers, that type of stuff. We'll note that in the report if we see any of that while doing this. The priority the priority inspection team is trained to look for other things related to the issues that are listed. All right, and that was our demo video. So what happens after the inspection? We just did that video, and now it's time for the inspector to do what they need to do. So after the inspection, the video will be uploaded automatically to the ticket. And in that time frame, while that video is being uploaded, the inspector is writing up the report and adding any screenshots they took. So they're adding the odometer, the VIN, and then whatever failures they saw or anything else that may be related to the concerns that are being reported. And then those photos will be located in the photo section of the report, just like it would be for a physical inspection. And then from the point of the repair facility joining the inspection to that all being written up and everything uploaded and submitted is about 30 minutes or less. All right. And what can a priority inspection verify? So we typically say we can verify pretty much anything other than smells and feels. We can visually verify any broken components. We can get diagnostic trouble codes. We can review live data and even request mechanical testing or even something like a compression test to be able to get numbers that can help to look at the problem and see if it exists or not. Body damage, we can assess, dings, we can get rust, corrosion, any type of body damage that is visual. As long as the inspection doesn't require a test drive or drivability concern or using senses like smell or touch, we can complete the inspection through a priority inspection. And then we will lead it over to Matt.
So yeah, the repair facility experience, again, no app or software to download. It's facilitated using the web browser. It functions on both Wi-Fi and cell phone data. The repair facility is typically only going to experience, as you saw in the video, it's a 6.5 minute long video. So the time to actually complete the inspection is reduced from the in-person physical inspection. When we first launched this, the education piece around priority, whenever you bring something new to market, there's always that little bit of pushback from the repair facilities. But in more recent times, we've seen it's become extremely minimal. We also see further reduction in that with advance notice that coming from the adjusters that a priority inspection will be conducted when the claim is called in, as opposed to them thinking of physicals coming and then we reach out and say, hey, this is a priority inspection. What we have experienced as well is the more they utilize this offering, they prefer it over a physical inspection once we get past that education piece, which we do also send an email if it's the first time for a new facility or a new service advisor or technician that kind of outlines the process and what we do.
All right, so now we're going to jump into questions that were asked every day about these inspections. So, all right, so how does a priority inspection prevent fraud?
So again, as we mentioned, it's a continuous video stream is the big piece around it. So we know we're looking at the video that was in the request. We know the VIN matches. We're looking at the directing them to show us what failures we need to look at. And then again, any suspicious behaviors noted in the final report. We did have an experience one time where we had a shop contact continuously moving the camera off the vehicle and to the floor. And it was apparent to the inspector that the individual was trying to move to another vehicle to show failures. And in the end, we kept directing them back to the VIN, keeping the vehicle in frame. And once the report was finalized, it was noted that none of the failures were verified. Due to us being, catching that suspicious activity.
All right. And what kinds of concerns can a priority inspection verify?
As Serena mentioned, it's any visible concerns, broken parts, body damage, diagnostic data that they do a live scan while we're on there. We can do leaking gaskets, any seal failures, any bushing failures, anything that doesn't have to be assessed by smell or feel, or drivability concerns, as Serena mentioned, can be verified with priority.
Right on. And is there anything that they're going to have to download? I know that's a big concern.
Yeah, I'll take that one. Like I said before, we never require anything to be downloaded or signed up for because we know that's just kind of intrusive and a hindrance to the repair facility to have to do. So we use our web links to keep it nice and simple, and anybody can join them if you have that link. So, no.
All right. And do you ever receive pushback?
Yeah. So we do occasionally receive some pushback from the repair facilities, and it's usually when they're unsure what to expect, like new people that have never used us before, especially our priority side. My team is trained to kind of walk them through and ease their mind on it, explaining to them that it's going to be quicker than if they have to wait for somebody to come out, and that they can schedule when it works for them. So if they don't have time tomorrow for someone to come out, they could schedule for today. So it is also helpful to us if you kind of give the repair facility a heads up as an adjuster that we may not be sending someone out, because typically if they get the link and you told them that we're sending someone out and they're like, no, I was told someone was being sent out, we get more pushback. So it's helpful to let them know that this may be an option.
Seems like this would be a really good option for a Friday morning when you're probably going to have to hold that vehicle over the weekend if you
Yes.
don't get it inspected on Friday.
Yeah.
All right. And how fast does it happen?
Yeah, so again, as soon as we receive the request, the scheduling link goes out to the contact once we verify we have the email and cell phone. And they are able to see the SLA window of 48 hours from then at that moment, and they can schedule. It could be as soon as an hour if we have a slot available after. And then in the very near future, we'll be utilizing our 1-800 number where you can call in for those heat cases that need to be inspected immediately. And we'll always have an inspector standing by to be able to handle those for you as well.
And so, what makes our priority different from a lot of the self-service platforms out there, including our own?
That's a good question, Jill. So while self-serve is a viable option in certain applications, and OneGuard does have that offering, like you said, Priority is a more robust choice with all of the added benefits that we went through today. The priority inspections are live and they are led by our in-house internal inspector who is directing the process the entire time in real time versus a self-serve inspection, which is conducted by the repair facility itself. And also, with the priority inspection, the repair facility is instructed where to guide the camera, where to put it to get the pictures that you need. Whereas with a self-serve inspection type, the repair facility is choosing what photos to take, how to place the camera, etc. Our priority inspections closely mirror what happens with our standard in-person inspections, and it's really the closest alternative to what you would receive with those only in a virtual setting.
All right. So now it looks like we have some questions, but if anybody on this webinar has a specific question for us, go ahead and submit it, and I'll kind of go with the ones that have been submitted already. So one of the things, where do you guys hire your in-house inspectors, and how do they differ from the in-field inspectors?
Yeah, so we utilize the Indeed platform for our job placement ads, and then the inspectors are interviewed. Serena and myself conduct the interviews, and then pick the best candidates. They're highly vetted, and then our training process is an internal one here at OneGuard that we go through. It's pretty stringent, to be honest. We definitely look for top performers, top knowledge, at least 5 years in the field. Certifications is a must, so the ASE certification program, we look for that as well. Any level in terms of, suspension, diagnostics, all of that good stuff. Master techs are what we go for, 100% for sure. And then once they're into the program and they're become a full OneGuard inspector, we continue that training and continue that certification.
And how do they differ from our in-field inspectors?
Yeah, our in-person inspectors are a 1099 contract network, and again, we do have an inspector liaison team that goes through the training process for them as well. It's very similar and closely mirrors what we do for the priority inspectors. But when you're dealing with nationwide coverage, it's difficult sometimes to get the best in certain areas. When you deal with the rural areas, the smaller markets, especially lower population areas, where if you have a couple 100,000 people, technician level caliber that we're looking for our priority
Yeah.
inspectors. Not necessarily prevalent. So that's again, since this is conducted virtually, we can literally hire anywhere. We don't have to hire where the home base office is. So
Yeah. And they're actually our employees rather than 1099 contractors.
exactly.
So, um, all right. What's another one? So I'll ask Serena this one. How do you see our priority inspections evolving over time?
I do see them picking up. A lot of people are going over to the virtual side of things, and I do see with this kind of bridging the gap between the virtual and the standard that we will be picking up quite a bit, probably opening up the team, having more inspectors being able to do like what Matt said, have the 1-800 number open so that we can do instant inspections where needed. Yeah, I see the volume picking up mostly.
Right on. And how does your priority SLA compare to a physical inspection SLA?
Matt, I think you just did the numbers for this recently.
Yeah, so our standard SLA, we just wrapped up 2025, and as per our contract obligations, we look to stay within that 48-hour window for our SLAs, and our physicals finished 2025 right at the 2.02 business day mark, which is very good. That's what we like to see, and our priorities for 2025 wrapped up at zero point 0.9 business days. So you're looking at less than 24 hours to get these back in your hands in a lot of cases, and again, that some of that hinges on the scheduling by the location and repair facility. So as long as they schedule within a timely manner, we're good to go there.
Okay. And then we have, how do you respond to skepticism around not being physically present for the inspection?
To Serena's point earlier, and Diana's as well, it closely mirrors the physical inspection. So the education piece around that, when it comes to the repair facility level, is you're going to have the exact same experience just virtually, and you're going to have it in an overall faster time, right? So, and we always pitch that the in-house inspectors, they're one guard employees, they're trained and certified, and we're always there to be able to perform these inspections.
Okay. And let's see. This one's a little redundant, but what do you think the future of virtual inspections looks like? So right now we have this model. How do you see that model evolving? I'm assuming that's what that means.
I think both the self-serve platform and this type of inspection is going to be pretty much the norm. They will be
Hmm.
doing a bit of both, and where the claim, requires more scrutinizing, the priority would make sense. But the self-serve has its place, and those are both kind of in the virtual world. So
Hmm.
We actually
Yeah.
have a testimonial from a client that when their experience, they went through the pilot phase, they adopted utilizing priority inspection, and what they found is for their more high dollar claims, like we go out verify an engine noise and then it gets torn down to the point of failure, they like to utilize the priority inspection because they like the fact that our in-house inspectors are guiding the inspection as opposed to repair facility showing the physical inspector what they want to show. Our internal inspectors are guiding what they want to see and need to see, and so they really prefer the priority on that in that case.
yeah, and like I said with the video on that one, when we did the demo video, we will add to whatever the concern is. So if it's something like a transmission, we're going to make sure we check the tires and make sure the correct size for the vehicle. If we can access the fluid, we'll check that. We will ask for scan tool data, even if you do not tell us to do that. My team is trained to know what to look for when you give us one concern.
Yeah. And oh, here, what happens if there's a connectivity issue during the inspection?
So typically with connectivity issues, whenever my team has them, um, they may try to troubleshoot the phone itself because there is a few settings that can kind of stop us being able to connect. Um, we also sometimes will just ask for another phone. Is there someone else in the shop with a different carrier and a different type of phone? Typically that resolves the issue. If there is literally nothing else we can do, we'll check for coverage and let you know, hey, we did try to do this one, but it's one guy out in the middle of Iowa who can't do it. Like, we're just not capable of doing it. Would you like us to switch it over? So we will let you know and give you that option if we have it.
Yeah. All right. And this is the last question. So if you guys have any more questions, put them in the chat right now. Let's see. I've seen that your inspectors are certified. Can you tell me more about their certifications?
Yeah, so again, we look for ASE certifications to start through the hiring process, but then again, if they've only got a few of them, we really ask that they go and continue that certification process all the way up to the master level. We also look for OEM manufacturer certifications. It's a process, ongoing process at all times.
All right. So that is all the questions that we have.
Actually,
So
Jill, I'm
I
so
yeah.
think we
sorry.
have one
Looks
more.
like we
Yeah.
do
Oh,
have
do we have one more?
one.
Okay.
Yeah. I can read
I
it if you're
can.
good with that.
Yeah,
You
go
want
ahead
to
and
go
read
ahead and
it.
read it, Diana?
Yeah, sure. So Kirian asked, do we have tools to help the team member ask questions? Like when the oil issue in the video was going on, is there anything tool-wise that will alert the team member to ask more questions to look for on the car? Or is it reliant on the team member's knowledge and experience?
Yes. Okay, I'll take this one. No, because there are so many issues a vehicle could have. I need people in my team who know how to look for what they need to guide them. So we do not currently have a tool that tells them what to look for. I expect the guys we hire to know what to look for. If they cannot, then they're not going to be the inspectors that should be on my team.
All right. So I think that's about it. I want to thank everybody for being here today. And I want to encourage you to, if you'd like more information about this, reach out and we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. And if you're going to be at NADA next week, I'll be there with Rob Siciliano, who is our customer success manager. And, hit me up and I'd love to meet and talk about this. All right. I think that's it. Have a good day, everyone.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Hey.